Hello everyone, welcome to my live session. So this is for PSLE English, right? Thank you for joining in. Today we'll be conducting PSLE English focusing on paper 1, your continuous writing, okay, together with your paper 2 booklet B. Hi everyone, thank you for joining in. Hello, as usual we'll be doing a Kahoot game, so just go straight to kahoot.it and put the game pin is 250268. Okay, let me just put it. Thank you so much. Let me just put it in the comment. Let me just comment it. 250268. Okay, and then yeah, let me pin the comment in case you guys miss out the number. Hello, Haley Bailey. Hi. Thank you for the like. Thank you for the share. Thank you for joining in. So it's already 6:01. As usual, we'll wait until 6:10 before we start the game. Okay, for today, like you guys mentioned, you wanted me to cover comprehension together with your writing. Okay, so I'm trying my best to cover continuous writing as well. We are going to be discussing about the skills that you can use, okay, for your continuous writing for you to gain more marks. Okay, what are the skills what are the writing skills or writing techniques that your teacher taught you at school? What you need to do to elaborate your idea for your writing? Are you familiar with Hello? Are you familiar with 5 senses? Or maybe show not tell? Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Haley Bailey is the creative bobcat. Okay, for now I have 5 participants. Hello. Oh, imagery. Okay. What else? What writing skills that your teacher taught you that you can remember and then you utilize it in your continuous writing? For today, we'll be covering synthesis and transformation. Okay, that's your paper 2 booklet B. And then comprehension cloze, the 15 blanks. Okay, that's booklet B as well. And then last but not least, we will cover continuous writing. I have 3 exercises for your continuous writing. So I hope those who asked for comprehension cloze last week together with continuous writing are going to be here. Thank you so much for joining in. Oh, I have 10 participants as of now. And then we still have another 7 more minutes. How are you guys doing today? How was school? Thank you so much for joining in. One more day to weekends. What are you going to do during your weekend? And this is the 4th week of July already. Good but also torturous. Okay, those who miss out my explanation just now, okay, we are going to be doing synthesis and transformation. Okay, and then we'll move to comprehension cloze. And then last but not least, we'll complete the continuous writing exercise. Okay, for the continuous writing, it is based on PSLE 2025. Oh no, are you feeling better now? Prelim oral, how was it? Was it okay? You're going to have a listening prelim tomorrow. All the best to you. I'm sure you will ace it. Don't forget to take your medicine, drink lots of water. Cause the weather now is pretty Hawaiian, right? So another 5 more minutes. Okay. I have 13 participants so far. All the best for your prelims, okay, for all the components, okay, especially your oral. Alright, hopefully you have subscribed, join to our other social medias where you can find all the tips and strategies, okay, for you to make use of during your exam, the real exam, okay. And what you have been learning, with me for the past months, okay. And hopefully this session will help you like a thing or two, or you can make use of the things that you learned today for your prelim. Okay, so let's take this Kahoot game like like relieve tension, relieve stress, but at the same time learning something new, or just like your revision, but in a interesting and engaging way. So for today, because there'll be multiple choice questions, so of course there'll be podium where I'll be giving you at the end of the session. Okay, so if you finish fast, then we can end before 7. Okay, so since there's a podium, I'll be giving the first winner the QR code like usual, and then you just have to fill it in, and then you will receive the voucher. Thank you so much for the share. Okay, another 3 more minutes. I have 15 participants. Okay, what are you going to be dealing with today? It's your paper 1 and paper 2. Okay, paper 1 is continuous writing. Okay, I'm not gonna ask you to write the whole passage, okay, where you have to complete all the 5 stages, okay? Your introduction, your rising action, your climax, falling action, and conclusion, no. Okay, it's just like a touch base, like a surface of continuous writing, okay? And then for your paper 2, we'll do 5 questions of synthesis and transformation, okay, and then the whole passage of comprehension cloze, okay, where you have to identify or figure out a word, to complete all those blanks. Okay, we have 15 blanks. Okay, hopefully you can practice more for your oral, because it's just around the corner. And then after that, after your orals done, okay, don't think about it anymore, don't discuss it with your friends, with your family, okay. Then straight away start do your revision for your other subjects, okay. For English, focus on your paper 2, okay. Whatever you think that is or are challenging, you need to practice more, okay. Oh, by the way, while waiting another 1 more minute, what do you want me to cover for next week? So far, I believe we have covered all, but maybe some of you miss out, certain live sessions. So feel free to just leave some comments on what to cover next week, okay? For this week, I take the suggestions of a few viewers who wanted me to cover comprehension cloze, continuous writing, together with synthesis and transformation. Okay, you want to cover oral? Okay, I think I will do oral, maybe like 1 set of oral. You want open-ended? Because open-ended, the passage is quite long. Maybe I can give you some tips to it, and then we can just skim and scan the passage. Okay, I'll try my best to include open-ended next week. Okay. Alright, so it's already 6:10. Okay, those of you who just joined in, you can just go to Kahoot and then you can straight away, wait, let me just pin it again. Okay, key in the pin. Okay, I've pinned the game pin in the comment section is 250268. Okay, now I'm going to press start. Okay, so like I mentioned, today is about synthesis and transformation, comprehension cloze, and continuous writing. Okay. Alright. Now, let's go straight to it. As usual, before we start, I love to do some polls. So, it's a scorching hot day. What's your go-to drink? What's your favorite drink? Bubble milk tea or carbonated drink? Oh wow, so it's 50-50. It's either bubble milk tea or carbonated drink. Okay. Alright. Okay, now let's go straight to our synthesis and transformation. Like I mentioned, it's going to be 5 questions and it's MCQ, okay, because I want it to make it easier for you to choose, but I've made it easier for you, so you need to read the questions carefully. Okay, now let's go straight to question number 1. So this is what this is. Reported speech to direct speech to reported speech, right? So what you need to do, the police asked Dan where he was last Thursday. Dan said, I was working from home. So you need to answer it in one sentence without changing its meaning. So which one is the correct question? Correct answer. So is it red, blue, yellow, or green? Who answered? Yes, the correct. Oh, the majority of you chose green. What's green? When the police asked Dan where he was last Thursday, he said he was working from home. Okay, remember you have to what? You have to change, okay, the tenses. Okay, you see, I was working from home. So this is past continuous tense. So what you need to do is change it to past perfect continuous tense. So that is why red is correct. Okay, so you change it to had been working from home. Okay, why blue, white and yellow are wrong? Because you see the inverted comma here. I was working from home. That's the direct speech. Okay, other than that, it's just a normal sentence. Okay, now let's see the scoreboard. Mythical emu. Okay, alright, emu. Now this is the reason why, like I mentioned, I was working from home. That is the direct speech where you need to change it to reported speech. Okay, so I was working from home, you change it to he had been working from home. You also need to change the pronoun. Alright. Okay, now let's see question number 2. Oh, the question is a bit long, the sentence. On weekends, Lily spends her free time playing badminton. After school, Lily spends her time playing badminton as well. Okay? So technically, Lily will play badminton whenever she has free time, right? So how are you going to combine it and make it into one sentence without changing its meaning? You figure out the tenses first. Is it present tense? Past tense? Okay, yes, it is actually Lily plays badminton whenever she is free. Okay, why blue is wrong? Wherever. Okay, wherever is meant for place. Okay, And of course, red is wrong because the chances here is in the, where is it? Oh, I cannot go back to the question 2, okay, because the tenses are present tense, okay. Of course, red is wrong, right? Okay, Mountain Scorpion is the first winner here, okay. Like I mentioned, Lily plays badminton every time. Whenever means every time that she is free. Okay, now let's go to the next question. This is question number 3. It was difficult for Chloe to adjust to the new school. So, based on these 3 answers, which one is correct without changing its meaning? All of them starts with Chloe faced difficulties. Is it adjust to or adjusting or to adjust to the new school? Yes, okay, Chloe faced difficulties adjusting to the new school, okay. So difficult there is adjective. You need to change it to noun, okay. Wow, Mountain Scorpion, have you revealed yourself? Okay, now let's see. So that is the explanation, okay. You see, Chloe faced difficulties adjusting to the new school, okay. So if adjective difficult, you need to add to plus verb, okay. But for noun, okay, difficulty or difficulties, you need to add the ing for the verb, okay, which is adjusting, not adjust, alright. Now, number 4, I think this has only 2 choices. She should not let this group of students force her to play truant. She should speak to a teacher about her problems. So which one? Red or blue? Red is instead of letting this group of students force her to play truant, she should speak to a teacher about her problem. And blue is instead of letting this group of students forced. Is it forced or forced with D? Yes, it's actually forced. Okay, why? Because this is a causative verb. Okay, causative verb is verb that is used to show one person or thing causes the other person or another action to happen. Okay, so we have 5 causative verb. Okay, the first one is make, then we have let, get, and help. Okay, you have to remember these 5 verb. Okay, yes, correct. These 5 verb, you need to after these 5 verb, the word is in the base form. Okay, not with D, not with ED or S or ES. Okay, so that is why red is the correct answer. Right? Okay, Mountain Scorpion. My sis is a creative. Okay. Alright. Oh, wait. Yes, correct. Okay, so this is the answer. Must be followed by a noun or ing form. Okay, now, last but not least, for synthesis 5. Helena was very popular in school. This changed when someone caught her copying answers during a test. So what sentence is this? Is it past tense, present tense? Once you know it, you would know the answer already. Read carefully. Don't do silly mistake by, accidentally click the wrong color. What happened? Who pressed red? It's actually blue. Okay, why blue? Because it's like a straight up obvious answer. This changed. Okay, so it's in the past. Okay, so that is why blue is correct. Right? Okay, wow, Mountain Scorpion. Interesting. Okay, now Finish with synthesis and transformation. Remember, for synthesis and transformation, you have to answer 5 questions, okay, where the questions consist of 2 sentences. You need to combine it and make it into 1 sentence without changing its meaning, okay? Now, let's do comprehension cloze, where you need to come out with 15 words for 15 blanks, okay? And as usual, in order for you to get all the word correct, okay, you need to understand the passage, okay? How are you going to understand the passage? Of course, you need to read the whole passage first, okay? Now, I'm going to read it for you. Yes, this is comprehension cloze. Okay, where do Singaporeans go for affordable, freshly prepared and tasty local food? Without any, hawker or cooked food centres come to mind. Having a meal or with family and friends at food centres is common in Singapore. The origins of many hawker dishes can be back to the food cultures of different immigrant groups who came to Singapore in of a better future. These immigrants, often a job, became street hawkers to earn a. Moreover, they did not need much money to start a food. They typically worked with one particular dish, making use of recipes learned from others. Some of them improved these recipes to suit local tastes. Up the 1960s, street hawkers were often found along busy streets to sell their food. Some hawkers would carry their cooked food around in baskets attached in a pole which they balance on their shoulders. Other hawkers would cook their dish on the streets by cooking equipment fitted on hand carts or tricycles. However, the rise in the number of street hawkers brought about problems such as food safety and hygiene conditions on the streets. In those days, street hawkers did not have convenient access to clean water to wash their utensils. Did they have a proper way of their rubbish? Selling their food in the streets also attracted rats and houseflies, thus increasing the food poisoning. This prompted the government to build permanent sites to everyone with a place to sell and consume food. Today, food centres are found all over Singapore. So, next time you have for affordable and tasty local food, head to a food centre. And do bring your family and friends along too. Okay, so that is the end of the passage. Okay, what do you think this passage about? Yes, correct. This is PSLE 2025. Okay. Yes, it's about hawker centre. It's about the history or development of hawker centre. Okay, what can be found there? Okay, they talk. This passage also talk about immigrant workers. Why hawker centres are so popular? Okay, problems encountered. Okay, by the cook, by the customers. Okay, and how the foods are all tasty and affordable. Okay, all right. Pumpkin Reaper, I know most of the answers. Okay, let's see whether you understand the passage or you can remember the answer. Okay, now let's go to question number 1. Without any hawker or cooked food centres come to mind. Okay, remember about your collocation, about your contextual clues. Okay, your phrasal verbs. Correct, about hawkers past and present. Okay, I believe this one I give you 45 seconds. So without any what? Hawker or cooked food centres come to mind. $5 seconds to go. It's Without any experience, it's actually without any doubt. Okay, so it's collocation. Okay, words that comes together. Okay, without any doubt also means certainly or unquestionably. Okay. Okay, Mountain Scorpion. I'm on the jam podium. Okay, having a meal or with family and friends at food centres is common in Singapore. So this is about choices. So whether you want to what having a meal by yourself, okay, or with family and friends, okay, at food centres is common in Singapore. Which one? Of course, by yourself is wrong because you need to come up with only one word. So, what word would it be? So, this is about making a choice. Whether you want to have a meal alone, okay, or with family and friends at food centres is common in Singapore. Okay, I like to see like majority of you got it correct. Okay, good one. Now, okay, so this is the answer like I mentioned, okay, without any doubt, okay, it's a collocation, words that always comes together, okay, and having a meal alone, choice number 1, or if you want to have a meal with family or friends, choice number 2, okay. Now, question number 3, the origins of many hawker dishes can be back to the food cultures of different immigrant groups. So now we are talking about all the history of hawker dishes, all the food. Another 15 seconds to go. The origin of many hawker dishes can be what? It's a fixed expression. It's can be traced back to the food cultures of different immigrant groups. Okay, so can be traced back to is the fixed expression. It means the origin. Okay, the origin of the hawker dishes can be traced back to, okay, the origin of it is coming from different immigrant groups. Okay, now, okay, Bobcat, top 4. That's good. Okay, now number 4. Different immigrant groups who came to Singapore in of a better future. Why they want to come to Singapore? See, the origin of many hawker dishes can be traced back to the food cultures of different immigrant groups who came to Singapore in of a better future. They are trying to find, better future. So, what is the most suitable word? Cannot be for. Okay, yes, the answer is search. Okay, why cannot for? Because after for, we cannot use of, right? So the answer is different immigrant groups who came to Singapore in search of a better future. Okay, wow, that's good. Scorpion, have you revealed yourself here? Number 5. These immigrants often a job became street hawkers. They are immigrants, it's hard for them to find a job there. Okay? To find a job in Singapore, so that is why they uh, became street hawkers. Okay? Only one word. Can you remember the answer, Pumpkin Reaper? These immigrants often a job became street hawkers to earn a. These immigrants often without a job, okay, became street hawkers. Okay, they have no job, so that is why like no option. Then only they become the street hawkers. Okay. Okay. Now, moving to question number 6. They became street hawkers to earn a what? This is also collocation. Okay? So that they can earn enough money. In order for them to earn enough money, they need to earn a what? This collocation. I've seen the answer somewhere in the comment. 15 seconds to go. Okay. These immigrants often, without a job, became street hawkers to earn a what? To earn a living, okay? To earn enough money, okay? So this is collocation as well, alright? Now, okay, wow, mountain scorpion. Okay, now, question number 7. Blank 7. Moreover, they did not need much money to start a food. A food what? They did not need much money to start a food. Now we are talking about hawker centers, right? So hawker centers are food what? Business. Who spelled business wrongly with double S in the middle? Okay. Yes, moreover, they did not need much money to start a food business, okay? Why? Because there's a contextual clue there. You see, right next to typically they work with only one particular dish. So that's the contextual clues, okay? So for number 8, up the 1960s, okay? Street hawkers were often found along busy streets to sell their food. So this is continuing from that period, from the 1960s. Up what? This is also a collocation. Up. 3, 2, 1. Okay, up until, okay? Up until the 1960s, okay? Street hawkers were often found along busy streets to sell their food. Okay, remember? Busy street, okay? Now, okay, this is the answer, okay? An explanation, like I mentioned, okay? There are some collocations, some contextual clues that you can find the answer, okay? For all the blanks, right? Now, other hawkers would cook their dishes on the streets by cooking equipment fitted on handcarts or tricycle. Okay, cooking equipment fitted on handcarts or tricycle is your contextual clues. That's the cooking equipment. They work with the equipment to cook their dishes. We still have a few blanks, and then we have your continuous writing. Okay, so by using cooking equipment, okay, like I mentioned, cooking equipment is your contextual clue. Okay, now magpie. Okay, now number 9. Other hawkers would cook their dishes. So this is the answer. Sorry, I thought that's the question. Now moving on to question number 10. However, the rise in the number of street hawkers brought about problems such as, what kind of problem? food safety and hygiene conditions. So it's a problem. So what would it be? What is the most suitable or appropriate word for it? So problem is of course being unsafe and unhygienic, okay, for even for the customers and even for the cook themselves. The rise in the number of street hawkers, okay, they are establishing their business at the busy streets, okay, with all the dust, with all the, okay, let me see the answer, such as poor food safety and hygiene condition, okay, so it's contextual clues as well, okay, which is the problems, right? Okay, Scorpion, what happened? Okay, question 11. Question 11, the full sentence is, in those days, street hawkers did not have convenient, okay, to access to clean water to wash their utensils. Okay, what they did have a proper way to wipe off their rubbish. So that's question 12. So at the top of question 11, we are talking about the problem, right? For being unsafe, being unhygienic. Okay, now we are still talking about the problem. Okay, where they don't have the access to clean water to wash their utensils. Okay, so the answer is no. Okay, nor did they have a proper way. Okay, let's see the scoreboard. Alright, good job. Now, question number 12 is a continuation from question 11. Okay, nor is the answer for 11. Okay, nor did they have a proper way to off their rubbish. This is phrasal verb. Okay, proper way to throw their rubbish. Okay, but throw is not the answer. Tirva, did you manage to join Kahoot? Or you cannot access Kahoot? Because I noticed you have been giving the answer whether it's right or wrong. Okay, nor did they have a proper way to dispose of their rubbish. Okay, throw away, get rid of their rubbish. Okay, now let's see. Wow, okay, still standing strong. Moving on to question number 13. This is still under problems, okay? Selling their foods in the streets also attracted rats and houseflies, thus increasing the what of food poisoning. So this is also a collocation. We usually use the word to relate it to food poisoning. What is it? So I think this is a pretty straightforward collocation, and you can straight away know the answer. Okay. Selling their food in the streets also attracted rats and houseflies, thus increasing the of food poisoning. It's thus increasing the risk of food poisoning. Oh, actually, increasing the chance of food poisoning is also acceptable. Okay. Now, let's see. Wow, still standing strong. Now, moving on to question 14. Okay, this prompted the government to build permanent sites to everyone with a place to sell and consume food. So because of all these problems, okay, they want to avoid that, okay, they don't want the risk, the health of the consumers, of the customers, okay, they decided to build permanent sites to what? So that everyone can, sit in one place under one roof, okay, to sell and to eat the food, to enjoy the food. The government decided to what? Thank you for the follow, Ifa. So this prompted the government to build permanent sites to provide everyone, okay, with a place, like I mentioned, under one roof with all the selling and consuming food, okay? Now, let's see. Okay. Still standing strong. Okay, last but not least, question 15, okay? The blank number 15. So, the next time you have for affordable and tasty local food, head to a food center. And do bring your family and friends along too. If you feel like eating something very tasty, affordable food. So the next time you have a what? You really want to eat it. What do we call it? That's a word for it. So the next time you have a what? Less than 10 seconds. So the next time you have a craving, you for affordable and tasty local food, head to a food center, okay? Now, why don't you give me some of your favorite foods? Some of your favorite food at the food center or hawker center. Type in the comment. What do you usually, buy or your go-to food? Maggi goreng, oh wow, so nice. I'm so hungry right now. Okay, let's see the scoreboard. Okay, good job. Oh, yellow hummingbird has streak of 7 correct answers in a row. Wow, congratulations. Okay, now, this is the explanation. Okay, if you miss out on my explanation on the questions, okay, or if you join us midway, you can always go to our social media, okay, especially the T channel. I cannot pronounce it, okay. You can go straight to it. You can check the questions together with the solution, okay. Now, let's go to our final component, which is continuous writing, okay. This time we'll be covering or more like a discussion, okay, of your show, not tell, 5 senses skills, and 5 MCQs, okay, based on the topic that I chose, okay, which is from PSLE 2025, okay. And I'm pretty sure you are familiar with show not tell or show don't tell and 5 senses, okay. Why compo? Because my last week's viewer asked me to cover continuous writing, okay, and it is also important, okay, because it consists of what? How many marks for your continuous writing? Come on, if you can remember. Based on the new PSLE formatting for your continuous writing, how many marks? Not 90. Yes, 36. Okay, 18 for your language, 18 for your what? Content, okay? So in order for you to gain more marks, gain higher mark is your continuous writing, of course, you need to make use of all the skills, okay, learned. Right? Now, let's see. So today, continuous writing is about being thankful. Okay? Of course, in order for you to create your story, okay, use your imagination, you need to know what is the meaning of being thankful. Okay? And let's see. There are 3 pictures here. And of course, you can use all the pictures. You can use only 1 or 2 or 1, 2, 3. It is up to you, but it is important for you to describe the pictures. Okay? There'll be no use. I'm so sorry. There'll be no use, for example, if you choose the sunflower picture, but you did not describe or mention it in your essay. Alright? Now, let's see. It's going to be an open-ended, so there won't be podium, unfortunately. Okay, now, number 1. The girls are feeling excited. Okay, what you need to do? You see the picture, okay, study the picture carefully, use the show not tell technique to describe. The girls are feeling excited. Okay, so instead of just telling your characters are feeling excited, what can you add or elaborate? Okay, instead of just telling, you show it to your readers. Okay, so that your story can be, interesting and appealing for the reader to continue and read it. What can you elaborate on? The girls are feeling excited. One sentence, only 5 words. Okay, so far I have 5 answers. Okay, 5 answers submitted. I think there's more, 6. Okay, show answers. Okay, the girls are looking excited for the party. One of them has the hands on the mouth. Oh, okay. The girls are jumping with excitement, with some even shouting in their hearts. Okay, I believe you don't have enough time. They saw food. Okay, the girls squealed and giggled and they thought about their plan to surprise the teacher. Okay, that's good. The girls are buzzing with excitement. They jumped up and down like a jack in a box whose box could not stay, okay, as they were writing thank you on the whiteboard, giggling uncontrollably. The girls bounced on their heels while hanging up decorations, their eyes sparkling with pure... Yes, that's a good point, okay. The girls are grinning from ear to ear as they hung the colourful and bright lights up on the whiteboard. Their elation was unbelievable. Wow, that's great. The girls are smiling widely and filled with extreme excitement. The girls are jumping in joy. Oh, I believe this is more than 6. Celebrating together, smiling. Yes. Okay, I'm impressed. Okay, I think this one I only give you like a minute to think. Okay, that's good. That's good. So this is the sample of answer, but your answers are also correct. Okay, as long as you elaborate. Okay, you show your readers. Okay, instead of just telling the girls are feeling excited, you elaborate more. You see, when you elaborate more, we have many words. Okay, now let's go to the second one. Take a look at the picture. Okay, the boy is helping to decorate. What can you expand from it? The boy is helping to decorate. Maybe you can talk about the boy's emotion. Decorating the classroom with bright colors, balloons, okay, with bright colorful balloons. Yes. So that is one of the ways for you to show, not tell. Okay, instead of just say decorating or decorate. Okay, what equipment, okay, what are the things that the boy use, okay, to decorate the classroom. Okay, so that is how you show your readers, so that your readers can have like vivid imagination, that they can imagine as if they are in the story. Okay, okay, 6 submitted. I can see like more to... Okay, show answer 9. Now let's see. The boy is lending a helping hand to decorate the classroom, secure the string of the colourful balloons, making sure they stayed perfectly. Super excited with the colours, bringing the classroom to life. The boy was happily holding the colourful balloon with fear of bursting. Okay, that's good. Was grinning from ear to ear as he helped his friends hang the colourful decoration, brightly coloured balloons, helping out to put some balloons, okay, to make the room look like a party. The boy is helping to decorate with a smile on his face. He wanted to be perfect for his teachers. Okay, the boy is carefully holding the balloons, scared of dropping them. He's also looking for the perfect time to put the balloons on the board, okay, as to not disturb the girls. Okay, hung up the balloons, helping to decorate, lending helping hands. Okay, yes. So That is correct. Okay, that is how you show, not tell. Okay, so this is the sample of answer, which is almost similar to yours. Okay, now last but not least, for the show, not tell, the classroom is colorful. Okay, how are you going to expand this sentence like a little bit more? The classroom is colorful. Colorful with what? How come it's colorful? What did they do with the classroom? Yes, you can say the classroom, is meant to celebrate Teachers' Day or one of your classmates' birthday, right? But I appreciate your effort, even though it's just like short timing and then you have to type through your phones, and you can give like a pretty lengthy, quite lengthy answers. I'm impressed. It means that you're ready for your PSLE. Confirm one. The classroom shone brightly with all the 7 colors of the rainbow, making the atmosphere light. Okay, that's good. Okay, 12 answers. Okay. That's all the contributing. Okay, wait. We are running out of time. The classroom is brightly filled with colors all around. Yes, correct. Good job everyone. Bursting with vivid and bright colors as the students work painstakingly to celebrate the Teachers' Day. Yes, that's good. Okay, good job. So this is the sample of answer, okay, which is almost similar to yours as well. Okay, now let's see. This time is 5 sentences, okay? Now you don't have to come out with the full sentence. You can just like give me a word, one word for each sense, one word for each sense. Okay, study the picture carefully. Describe the sunflower using your 5 senses. Okay, what can you see? What can you hear? What can you smell? What can you touch? And what can you taste? Okay. And also, I believe your teacher has advised you on this, okay, because sometimes these 5 senses, it is not necessarily for you to come out with all the 5 senses, okay? You have to read the topic, the theme, and then you have to make sure the senses are all related to the picture. Okay, for example, if you can't think of the taste, what kind of taste that can be related to the sunflower, then you can just leave it blank, okay? But if you want to make use of the 5 senses, you can at least make use of the 2 senses. For example, like what can you see, what can you hear, okay? Now, let's see. Big garden, crickets chirping, flowers, what can you see? The soft petals, okay, bright coloured petals because it's yellow, okay? Buzzing sounds coming from bees, for example, okay, sweet, smooth petal, nice smell, pretty, okay, sweet aroma, the natural scent of the flower, okay? Have you ever tasted sunflower seed before? Sunflower seeds. In Malay, we call it kuaci. Have you ever tasted them? So this is the sample of answer. Okay. What can you see is I see a tall sunflower with bright yellow petals and a large brown center. Okay, that's sunflower. What you can hear is, like you mentioned, like crickets, cricket sound. Okay, what you can smell is the fresh scent. Okay, touch the soft petal. Okay, and taste the sunflower seed. Alright, now MCQ time. Okay, remember this is about being thankful. Now, which character would best fit the title being thankful? Which one? A boy who complains about giving up his seat, a girl who learns to appreciate her healthy body after helping someone, a man who refuses to help anyone. Yes, good job. Okay, being thankful. Okay, being thankful. This is the best character, okay, that fit the title being thankful. A girl who learns to appreciate her healthy body after helping someone, okay? Let's see. Okay, that's good. That's great, okay? Why? Why number 2 is the answer? Because being thankful is about feeling grateful and appreciating the help and kindness, okay, from others or someone. Okay, now, question number 2. I believe we have 5 questions in total. Now, what could be the main problem in the story? So problem is of course under rising action. Okay, rising action is a series of events that leads to climax. Okay, to your climax, to the peak of your story. So we want to make our story interesting. That's why we include problem or a conflict. Okay, so what could the main problem in the story be? Yes, okay, the bus is crowded and an elderly man has no seat because this title or topic is about being thankful. So this is the main problem, right? Wow, smooth MacPat. Good job. I'm so sorry. I'm not feeling really well. Number 3. Which sentence best shows thankfulness? So this one you can make use of as your dialogues, right? To make it more interesting. But important point is do not create dialogues more than your story or more than your sentences in the paragraph. Okay? For each of the stage, like introduction, rising action, probably maximum only like 2 or 3 dialogues. Yes. Okay, it's the red one. I realized how lucky I was to be young and healthy. Okay. Alright. Now, on to number 4. Okay, why number 2 and number 4, also number 3 is wrong? Because all of them are showing like selfish, arrogant, okay, which is not a good trait. Okay. Now, number 4, which emotion should the main character feel at the end? In the conclusion part, usually you will talk about lesson learned, some reflection, okay, you link back to the topic, which is being thankful. Okay, so which emotions or feelings are related to being thankful? So only 2 feelings here are, good traits, good feelings, okay, which is proud and grateful, okay. Now, last but not least, last question for today. Which sentence uses show not tell to show gratitude? Okay, gratitude also has the same meaning as being thankful, okay. So it's a synonym of thankful. Which one? Remember, show not tell. Okay? It has to have like more words because you're elaborating the feelings or the emotions. Okay? Of course, the answer is my heart warmed as I smiled and whispered, I'm glad I could help. Okay, thank you so much everyone. Okay, I believe that is the end of the session. Okay, I'll see you next week with what you say just now. You want me to cover comprehension open-ended. Okay, I'll try my best to cover comprehension open-ended together with your oral. Okay, your one last time revising before your actual oral exam. Of course, yes, Pumpkin Reaper, I'll cover oral. Okay, thank you so much everyone for attending. I'll see you next week. Oh, that's good. Omar, you start early for your PSLE. Thank you so much. See you next week, Thursday, 6-7. Alright? All the best for your prelims. Bye-bye. Take care.